Hey guys, Dislitter Magic here, and let's keep the spoiler train rolling with Gateway Plaza. It enters the battlefield tapped no matter what, and you have to pay 1, otherwise it will get sacrificed. But you can tap it for 1 mana of any color, so you're playing 1 turn behind your opponent no matter what from a mana drop standpoint, and also you have to waste a mana on it, so you just potentially lost your whole turn, probably not, depends how early it is. You certainly limited your spell options, so this card is complete garbage, except in like 3 or more color decks. So why would they print a card that's garbage in the common slot, and its only use is to enable broken like 4 color decks, which was the problem with Energy? Why would you do that, Wizards? So anyway, we've got Goblin Banneret, or something like that. It might be Banneret, because it should be spelled E-T-T-E, but anyway. It's a 1/1 for 1 with Mentor. Let me just repeat that for you. Whenever this creature attacks, put a 1/1 counter on a target attacking creature with lesser power. Theoretically, you could swing with a 0 power creature. I can't name one that doesn't have Defender because we're going to lose Ornithopters, so... Yeah, a lot of red creatures have 0 attack too, by the way. But the good news is you can pay 2 and it gets +2/+0 until end of turn, which by itself is pretty good, and then mixed with Mentor is still pretty good. Unfortunately, just like the rest of Mentor, you're swinging with something that has not enough toughness, so you're going to have to mix this with something else, like a spell to protect it, a spell to grant them first strike, or just something. And, oh, whoops, you also need to spend 2 on this ability, so you have limited mana left for your spells. It's honestly a pretty bad creature, and I think people are probably just going to drop it into Goblin Tribal if that becomes a thing, and ignore the Mentor part. Next up, Goblin Crater Maker. Oh boy, this one looks fun. Oh, that artwork though. So he's a 2/2 for 2 Goblin, and also a Warrior. Don't miss that, that's actually important. And if you pay 1, you can sacrifice him and choose one of the following 2 options. So hey, finally a modal spell, except it's not a spell, it's an activated ability. It deals 2 damage to target creature. Okay, I mean, whatever. Or destroy target colorless, non-land permanent. So unlike the usual red ability, that's actually a little bit wider than just, oh, destroy target artifact. So this is interesting. I think if Goblin Tribal takes off, this will be like one of the utility cards in it. So, you know, he can't directly damage the opponent. So yeah, I mean, I think he'll be okay. Next up, finally, not a Goblin, it's a Golgari Find Broker. What is a find broker? Is that just a nice way to say thief? Oh gee, I just found this and now I'm brokering it. So Stupid Elf Thief here costs double green, double black. Wow, that's flexible. It is a 3/4 Elf Shaman, and when it enters the battlefield, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. So it has to be a permanent card, not an instant or sorcery. See, that's how you do this effect. I'm sick of people bringing back the same stupid crap, okay? People who take Torrential Gearhulk, flash it in, and then target Settle the Wreckage should be executed by the queen on site. Which queen, you ask? Any queen. I don't care. So yeah, typical Golgari bringing something back, and by the way, there are some very powerful bring it back creature cards actually in the Ixalan blocks, so I think Golgari is going to be subtle but good. Like, anybody who builds it is going to realize just how resilient to removal it actually is. Nothing is going to stay dead with them. Y próxima tenemos Gobernar la Tempestad. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it without any accent marks. Gobernar actually means govern, so I don't know if they'll translate it directly that way, but it's basically govern the tempest, or I guess storm. And it's an instantáneo. I need to get all Spanish cards. Screw this English crap. This sounds way cooler. So the Governator here deals 5 damage to target creature. So this costs 5, it deals 5 damage only to a creature, not a planeswalker or your opponent, and oh boy, it's instant speed. Wow. So the card is filler garbage, but it's really telling, okay? If they even considered putting trash like this in the set, this just goes to show how powerful they think the Izzet guild will be. Because they think people might actually put this overpriced garbage in their deck because Electromancer is going to drop it by 1, they're going to get to cast it like 4 times, and then when it's in their graveyard, they're going to get charge counters when they cast it, and then when it's in the graveyard, it'll count towards the number of instants in their graveyard. Oh, and they'll probably clone the spell on the stack, so yeah. If this is what they had to do to tone down Izzet, you should be as scared as I am. Next up, oh no, it says guild and it's a rare and it's a land. Oh god, I don't even want to read this. It's Guild Mages Forum. Oh my gosh, I don't want to do this. I don't want to, and you can't make me. Okay, fine. Taps are colorless. Great, happy for you. You pay 1, add 1 mana of any color. Damn it, we have enough of that. If that mana is spent on a multicolored creature spell, that creature enters the battlefield with an additional +1/+1 counter on it. I mean, that's, you know, that's decent. It's not exactly Cavern of Souls, but it's not exactly dissimilar from Metallic Mimic. I just have a feeling that when we're back to like 8 or 9 or however the hell many sets legal, this will be huge. But with only 4 of these in your deck, at least they're not legendary, would it even be worth it to build your whole deck around this card? Probably not. But this card, I have a feeling, was rejected from the next set, because remember, they said that these 3 sets, or at least the first 2, one or the other or both, will have something to do with the guilds working together. And if you look at the storyline progression, it'll be the second set. So what they're shooting for is 4 color minimum, and here's a universal generator that does multicolored, and then there's another universal generator that I just spoiled. Get ready for 4 color magic, everybody. That'll be fun. And plus, they come in tapped lands with the guild gates. They are ramping up for the highest level of color fixing we've seen since cons. I guarantee it. Next up, Guild Summit. Oh, that'll go well. Get them all in one room together and have them bitch at each other. So I've been told that that Planeswalker symbol means that it's important to the story, so now let's read the flavor text first. In a climate of suspicion, Isperia gathered the guilds to propose a radical idea. Cooperation. That is a radical idea, because they're all assholes. Oh, spoiler alert, because they already spoiled it. Pretty sure Vraska kills Isperia. It's on the other story card. Probably at the summit too, by the way. And then the flavor text on that card, that $35 overpriced pile of garbage, pretty much indicates that the current leader of the Azorius Guild gets killed, which I believe is Isperia. I mean, we don't know. Time has passed, but it should be. Oh, we know it's not Azor. He's out camping. Oh, what does this do? When it enters the battlefield, you may tap any number of untapped gates you control. Draw a card for each gate tapped that way. Are you kidding me? Wizards, why don't you just come on down to Wisconsin, get your steel-toed boots on, and just kick me right in the nuts? That would be slightly more enjoyable than this bullshit. So, waiting for the perfect time to spring this card into action? Whenever a gate enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. There is no perfect time to run this card. You got 3 mana? Put it in. I think this card's basically dead on arrival until the next set comes out. I mean, yeah, we're going to have all 10 guild gates, but without 5 of the guilds, like, what's the point? Unless you're going to play, like, 3 color or something. So once again, some idiot, probably a Wizards of the Coast intern, forgot to write the word legendary on the subtype line. Thanks for that. I mean, I never thought I'd say this, but at least Mirage Mirror is going away, so you can't just clone this and like 3 other things that would be broken that should have been legendary. Or were they afraid of marking it legendary for Brawl? Newsflash, you can't make an enchantment in your commander. The fact that they made it an uncommon on top of that is astonishing. Something that could draw that many cards for free and then continue to draw more cards for free, it's insane. Yeah, it only fits in certain decks, but after that, after you're like, okay, how many gates, how many colors am I playing? You're left with, oh, does my deck need to draw cards? Yeah, it probably does. Most decks benefit from having more cards. I really don't like this at face value, and I really, really don't like what it implies for the future. Next up, we've got Yamaraja Ineludible, which of course is Spanish for Ninja Llama, or Inescapable Flame, or an Inescapable Super Llama. It could be. Either way, this fire-breathing llama costs 6, it's instant speed. This spell can't be countered, by the way, so no contrarrestado. I don't like long words. And it deals 6 damage to any target. The second word in the flavor text is Izzet. What does that tell you? So 6 damage to any target at all. Your face, your planeswalker, your creature, anything. 6 for 6 is an instant. It's pretty standard, it's pretty basic. But with Izzet, with the discounts, the cloning, the recursion from the graveyard, the charge counters, the count once it's in the graveyard, you add it all together, and this is actually not a bad spell if you think you can get to 6. Now, there's way better cards in red for 6, though. But, damn, if you could even clone this, 12 damage straight to their face. I mean, that's crazy. So I believe that flavor text says the Izzet are to blame for all the disasters that occur That is not just, or I should say fair would be a better translation, because they only cause the majority of them. Oh, nice. Okay, I hope Ral drops dead, and I hope the entire Izzet guild is wiped out in the war against Bolas. I really, really do. Okay, so the next card is another split card, or whatever the hell they want to call it. It's obviously not a fuse card, and I believe the preposition is or, because you have to choose either or. I'm also not sure that's a preposition. Might be an article. Who cares? So this is Invert or Invent. Guys, it's another damn choice card for Izzet. How powerful did they want to make these assholes? This is ridiculous. This is like their 4th or 5th split card. Like, they have practically all of them at this point. This is complete and utter bullshit. So let's see what this unfair pile of crap does. For one, any mana they want, instant, switch the power and toughness of each of up to 2 target creatures. Well, that's fucked. That's basically a double removal. You do that in the middle of combat, and 2 creatures are dead. So they can destroy 2 creatures for 1 mana, and it doesn't even have to really be a specific color. Just any one of the 2 colors they're playing. Yeah, throw it in there and destroy 2 creatures. That's wonderful. Fuck you too, Izzet. And if you manage to get to 6, you can instead cast Invent, which is not how you pronounce that, but I don't give a shit. I'm sick of redoing this. Search your library for an instant card and or sorcery card, reveal them, put them into your hand, then shuffle your library. Oh, great, a double fetch. Honestly, for 6, that's kind of shit. If you're running a 1 of some 6 cost, massive super spell, and you need to go get it, then you drop the 6 on this and just wait a turn, and then there they are. 1 or both of them are in your hand. So I kind of get this. I mean, if it was just Invent, I'd be like, that's crap, but Invert is insane. So to have that early game to just shut down the entire game in rune combat, and then on top of it have Invent to, fetch a bomb if you absolutely had to, when 99% of the time you'd be casting Invert, it actually brings it to be a pretty damn good card. Which is a real shame because Izzet's already overpowered as all hell. So the last one I'm going to cover in this video is, oh good, another Izzet spell. Ionize. Yay, it's a 3-cost instant, counter any spell of any type. Awesome. Oh, and it deals 2 damage to the spell's controller too. That's what we needed, a damaging counter spell. That just is that's the cherry on top the sundae that is Izzet. And that whole sundae is made mostly out of spoiled ice cream and toilet water. There better be a colorless shutdown card for Izzet. And I know there already is, it's called Damping Sphere, but I mean, something vicious, something with some teeth, where it's like, if you're playing this spell spam, cast half my deck per game bullshit deck, I want to destroy them for it. And there already is a card like that, but it's cycling out, Camball. Anytime they cast a non-creature spell, you gain 2 life, they lose 2 life. That is how you undo the Izzet guild. I don't care what it takes. Some planeswalker better go kidnap Camball and bring his ass to Ravnica. So yeah, looks like some fun cards, interesting, nothing like, whoa, oh my god, overpowered. There's some stuff to watch, some stuff that's making me nervous, because at this point, you should know better as much as I do. Wizards is incapable of designing a standard that's fair, that's completely lacking in overpowered broken decks. I mean, they've banned, I believe, 9 cards on, I want to say 5 separate occasions. Something like that. And that's just lately. Like, Blue-White Spirits was out of control. Energy, in general, the whole mechanic in the entire block was out of control. Red Rush was out of control, so they banned it. Hey, newsflash, still is. So if you think that I'm being paranoid saying that, oh, this already looks suspiciously overpowered, it looks like they went completely overboard with this or this, I'm probably right. Just based on past evidence, I'm probably right. So just keep that in mind. So hopefully the 3rd and final portion of today's spoilers will be up still tonight, or for most of you tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time Izzet Runes Standard.